reaction, the Bulls, as they head to the locker room earlier. The hometown crowd certain to give them a warm welcome. Thanks for joining us midweek here. Tonight, we bring you the NBA on 2K Sports. Two slam dunk champs, Grant Hill and Brent Barry, our analysts tonight. Ryan Anderson here. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. All right, now the opening lineup for Phoenix. They've got Karl Anthony Towns, Devin Booker out there with Paul George, and it's Ryan in at the power forward position. And for the Bulls, we've got Smith, and it's the kid in at the 4 slot. And a battle of the bigs tonight, Grant. Something we're seeing a little more of lately.
And you know this league is a copycat league, and right now the trend is about teams looking for size and skill. Big guys who can pretty much do everything. That's the thing about the NBA. It's always adapting and always evolving. Here we go.
So Phoenix will get the first possession. Here's Skinny. Pass to Ryan. And here's George. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker.
Really no defense for that. Paul George, a gifted scorer that right now is locked in.
Here's Wright. Softly drops in the floater.
When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Nice shot by Skinny.
A nifty play off the dribble. Creates barely enough space to get off the shot.
Now Wright. We saw him with 19 his last time out. That one from long range. And we're about a minute into the first. Booker for 3. And it's Lee with the rebound. Pass to Smith. Right outside. Here's Lee from outside the arc. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let-up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
George, and can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2.
Great contest down low. Allowing no easy hoops is a winning approach. He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody. Here's Skinny. His last outing, he had 24 points. Out to the right wing. Here's Ryan. Ooh, a terrific shot on the turnaround.
And he knows he can make this shot. I mean, clearly there's no indecision for him from there.
There's something to be said about knowing yourself. It allows him to shoot and shoot comfortably, even with taller defenders out there.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. Coming off a Suns make. Pass to Wright. 6 to shoot. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Defensive foul.
The plan coming in is working. They're perfect. Five for 5 from the floor.
Grant, usually the Suns rack up lots of assists. They're a team that values ball movement.
Oh, B.A., that's how you create quality looks, by snapping the ball around. It also tells you something about how selfless these guys are.
The Suns have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. That's tipped. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here. Now we get a chance to check some stats for Devin Booker. Phoenix calls timeout. They defeated Detroit in their last game.
And most of the arena was totally against them. But they looked inward, trusted each other, and made good plays.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
And let's take this time to bring up the list of last season's elite shot blocking teams. 5th, Phoenix.
what we saw last season. They really made an effort to get every man in the paint, and that forced guys to try and shoot over them. That's where you get huge block numbers.
On defense, the Bulls. 7-point differential. Skinny, no good. And here's Chicago. They're on a 13-4 run. Right up top. 5 points in the game. Here's the kid. It's rebounded by Ryan.
Perfect timing to rise up and challenge the shot inside.
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Here's Lee. 6 points for him. That one falls. Lee's got 8 points.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Chicago has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Right outside. Lets a floater go. And rejected. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Grant, during your 18-year career, you only went to a new team 3 times. Not a lot of movement there for you, my friend. What was switching teams like?
Well, B.A., at this point of the season, it's too early. I mean, you're still trying to get comfortable, trying to learn a new system, your new environment, and really just find your place within the organization.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Both good from the line that time.
2-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Floats one up, and the layup is up and in. He's got 7.
When you're trying to stop a guy like this, you have to match his intensity level.
Here's Skinny. Paddles through traffic and lays it in.
That's what you call playing big. He just stays committed to the attack mode.
Tip of the cap there. I mean, that defense was good. The finish was better.
Here's Lee. And Chicago again with a bucket.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
George outside. Deflected.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
Pass to Towns. Here's Skinny. Oh, the block! Just stops it cold and takes possession. Right outside. To the paint. Here's Embiid. And he banks in the layup.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from inside.
Time called here. The Suns decide to talk it over.
Oh, my. Their coach does not look happy, and I can guess why. Their interior defense has been struggling.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
Booker against Smith. Outside Booker. Lets it go from deep. Fires in the triple.
And that's a deep make from Booker. From the jump, he's been a 20-point-per-game scorer in this league. So impressive.
Pass to Smith. Here's the kid. Still without a bucket. Here's Lee. George defending. Shot clock at 3. The fadeaway. It's hauled in by the Suns.
Well, he wanted to keep that shot from getting blocked, but in the process, he gave it no chance of going in because of how unbalanced he was on the fade.
Now here's Booker. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Detroit. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Bulls.
Bulls ball.
Here's Wright. He's got 7. Got a piece of it. Embiid's shot is good.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
And Booker has got the ball here for the Suns. Down by 12. Puts up a 3. Booker missing again.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
Here's Smith. And Booker pulls it down.
Got to appreciate the aggressive defense he brings.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Here's Skinny. He has 6.
2 fouls for him already. If he's not more careful, his minutes will be curtailed.
Outside Booker. Pass to Towns. Here's Ryan. Clock at 6. Here's Skinny. Yes! And it's Booker with the setup. Skinny's got 9.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now. And he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Here's the kid. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
3-second violation. Suns ball.
The Suns trailing. Now here's Booker. From deep three-point land. The kid with a rebound. The kid's got 4 rebounds in the game.
No matter what he's tried, it hasn't worked. Unfortunately, the team is suffering from that.
Booker against Smith. Shoots over Booker. Can't hit from the elbow.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
Here's Skinny. Pounded by Wright. And it's powered home by Towns.
And this is the chemistry Towns has with his guys. He recognizes when to go for alley-oops. I love it.
Chicago calls timeout. They defeated Utah in their last game.
Yeah, it was relentless play at both ends of the court in that game. They were able to seize control and maintain it.
And going back and watching that game, there was not one spot on the floor that they did not own.
Once again, a
All right, some time here to take a look at the 2K leaderboard. Here were the league's top shooting squads from last year. Fourth, the Bulls.
They were so consistent with their shooting. Maybe not lights out, but they played smart and didn't let good looks go to waste.
Here's Smith. Offensive rebound. And Embiid throws it down.
And that's the hunger that Embiid plays with. He just gobbles up the miss and goes back up for the score.
Pass to Ryan. Pulls up. They get it back. Beal outside. Here's Skinny. Hounded by Wright. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Second shot opportunity. Nice shot by Skinny. Skinny's got 11 points.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
Smith right side. Overdone. Smith no good.
And they've come out with a fearless approach on the boards.
Beal surveying the D. Shoots over to Sumu. Misses off the left iron. Chicago leading. Wright finds Smith. And that one is hammered home.
Woo! BA, that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good. Pass to Beal. Over to the left wing. Here's Bottoms. And the 3 off target. Chicago has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. And he drives in. Smith outside. Here's Embiid. Ooh, great D that time from Dunn. Well, Phoenix is shooting just 38% so far in this one. Skinny passes to Big Smooth. Yes, it's good.
The defender is doing everything he can, but the height disparity limits his options.
Right on the left side. Three-pointer. Money misses. Beal outside. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Skinny. Here's the 3. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's Wright. He has 7. Got it. Makes him 4 for 6 from the floor.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
Wright's gone 4 for 6 from the field. Dunn outside. 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
A chance at a 2 for 1.
You have to find ways to use the clock to your advantage.
Wright drives it, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Skinny passes to Bottoms. Knocks it loose. And out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball. Well, Chicago's shooting a phenomenal 60% in the first. Now here's Wright. Not a lot of room. Shoots a fadeaway. And again, it's Chicago.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Well, offense is the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Bulls out in front. They're up 7. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. Thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
They've done a great job establishing an inside presence. Now that'll open up more options offensively throughout the remainder of the game.
Well, whether the defense is inviting these shots or not, they've been great in the mid-range. And so producing from there, that bodes well.
On the floor for Phoenix, Bradley Beal's out there with Devin Booker. Then it's Larry Nance. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Dunn in at the small forward position. Blocked! Ooh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's a small piece of real estate on the court. But aside from shots at the rim, the corner three, now the most common shot in the NBA.
And arguably the most efficient shot in the game. Obviously dunks and free throws are what you want most. But 22 feet away instead of 23-9. That half step closer, BA, is making a difference in the shooting numbers.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. Well, Brent, you got to be impressed with Kevin Huerter, specifically how efficient he is.
Yeah, there's a completeness to his game that I think coaches appreciate. It's not just that Kevin's a knockdown shooter. He's able to handle the ball, manipulate pick and rolls, and he continues to show that he's got some improvement and room to grow.
4 on the clock. Here's Lee. Misses the 3. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize. Inside. Dunn's shot is good.
Just another part of Devin Booker's amazing offensive game. He finds wide open guys.
Here's Ball. The kid passes to Huerter. Pass to Lee. Back to Huerter. Takes the 3. Sinks it from distance. Huerter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Shooter's got to shoot, so when Huerter gets the ball, he's not going to hesitate.
The basket counts, and 1. He'll go to the line, a chance at a 3-point play.
What a great option he gives them on every possession.
Shooting for Phoenix, Devin Booker at the line for 1.
Shot.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Ball outside. And Booker pulls it down.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off. We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space, just clanked it.
Ball with it. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to the kid. Just 5 on the clock. Puts up a deep 3. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
And that kind of shot is not going to do anything to dissuade him from shooting the next one.
Beal to pass to Booker. Puts it up from 17. Chicago grabs the miss. The kid's got rebound number 7 tonight. Ball against Booker. Now here's Ball. Guarded closely. Lee. Offensive rebound. And And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And he's battling for everything, doing all he can to help extend their lead.
Just throwing down the putback with authority.
Team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Here's Booker. The Bulls making their last shot. Pass to Beal. The three. Yes, and it's
Bradley
Booker
Beal
with the setup.
for 3.
Booker's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, the defense better get out there or Bradley Beal's about to do some serious damage.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over.
Fans, make some noise for your Chicago Lovables. Once again,
And with this pause, a check on the stats to show you which teams led the league in assists last year. Phoenix, 4th.
You take a quick look at their assist totals from last season, and it's really impressive. A direct product of the disciplined, unselfish culture that this franchise represents.
Ball against Beal. Ball passes to Dosunmu. Here's Lee. Oh, he drains the 3, and he'll go to the line for one more.
defensive
Larry
foul.
Nance picks one up.
Larry Nance Jr. First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for one, Dwayne.
And the NBA adding a minimum amount of games played for major awards now. What do you think about that, Brent?
Yeah, I love it. I love the fact that everybody's going to have to reach a certain marker in order to be eligible. That keeps guys hungry, keeps guys wanting to be healthy and work through injuries and push themselves a little bit. It also forces teams to get their star players on the floor and do what they can to make sure that they're getting the production that they need from the guys that they're paying most. So I love the NBA adding that minimum amount of games for these awards to be handed out.
And here are the Suns now after the basket by Chicago. Pass to Booker. Shoots over ball. Booker can't get it to go.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
Booker against ball. Lays it up and in, despite excellent defense. Ball's got 5 points in the quarter.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
Beal to pass to Dunn. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
Chicago has got 5 of 7 threes to drop here tonight. Ball passes to Dosunmu. Outside Herter. Pass to Lee. Over Nance. Again, the Bulls score.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Beal outside. Dunn outside. Fires from the line. And it's Chicago with a board. They host the Pistons after this one. It's game 3 of a trifecta at home. Here's Dosunmu, pounded by Beal. Knocked loose. Dosunmu, pass to Herter. Out left to the wing. Here's Ball. Misses the jumper from the wing. And Booker's got the ball here for the Phoenix Suns. It's a 13-point game. They grab their own miss. Towns. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
I mean, I'll tell you, Towns is so dangerous on the offensive glass.
Here's Dosunmu, pounded by Beal. Here's Ball. Good. 3rd basket in 6 attempts.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Phoenix has gone 2 for 2 from the arc here in the second. Phoenix calls timeout. Chicago making some changes. Embiid, he's checked in for Herter. Smith comes in for Dosunmu. And Wright subbed in for Ball. And Phoenix has possession. Trailing by 13. Here's Skinny. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Now here's Wright. He's got 13. Alley-oop up top, hammer it home.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. Here's Skinny. He's got 16. Yep, that one goes.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Right outside. Down low. Here's Embiid. Oh, Embiid in the face of tough D.
And there's the process at work. Embiid rolls off the pick and right into scoring position.
Now here's George. Defense right on him. Here's Ryan. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got rebound number 7 tonight.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Lee, the pass to Wright. It's hauled in by Skinny.
Perfect timing to rise up and challenge the shot inside.
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, through all the stress and the turmoil of recent years, Bradley Beal is one of those players who is willing to open up and acknowledge the strain. He said, quote, "It's okay to feel down, to talk about it, to be a human. A lot of times I think I'm a superhero or I can kind of figure things out on my own, but it's all right to rely on people." Brian?
Yeah, you have to. It's all part of being a great teammate, no doubt. Thanks, Allie. Now here's Booker. 6 points for him.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
At the line for the Bulls, Bright. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he makes both from the line. For Phoenix, they've gone 8 of 15 in the second. Out to the right wing. Here's Towns. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
And Booker has got the ball here for Phoenix. It's an 18-point game. Yep, that one's good.
Devin Booker.
Booker's got 8 points.
And Booker does not lack confidence when it comes to his ball handling. Wow, sensational there.
And here's Wright. 15 points in the game.
That is what I'm talking about.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, they're clicking on all cylinders right now, beginning to pull away.
The game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
Now here's Wright. 17 points in the game. Oh, they get a hand on it. Here's Skinny. Shoots off the step back. Chicago grabs the miss. He's got 4 rebounds in the game. Pass to Embiid.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Back to Lee.
2 minutes.
Lets it fly. Phoenix grabs the miss. Towns has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Skinny. 1:43 left in the second period. George, good.
Yeah, that first quarter was a bit shaky. Good to see a player who doesn't let a slow start get to him.
Wright on the left side. Lee. Pure from three-point range. Lee's got 24.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Towns against Embiid. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Almost 7 feet tall. Towns has the length to get to the line. A tough guy to guard.
At the line for the Suns, Karl Anthony Towns. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he makes a first.
And at nearly 7 feet tall, you don't expect Towns to do some of the things he does, like drain threes and make savvy passes. But he's a modern big man.
And so Towns nails them both.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter, and it's getting them to the free throw line.
Here's Lee. George defending. And the basket by Lee.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out. Give him some space. Let him get to work.
Booker surveying the floor. There's 48 seconds left to play in the second quarter. And Ryan gets it to go.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Now Wright, 17 points in the game.
You could just see how in sync they were there.
That's what it takes to pull that off. Phoenix has got it going from deep. 3 for 3 so far in the quarter. Here's George. And it falls for him. He's now 4 of 7 from the field.
Now we're starting to see him deliver on offense. He's really found his tempo here in the second quarter.
Right outside. Shot clock at 5. And they call an illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
Booker for 3. Oh, my. Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Defense tends to overcommit just because Booker's such a great offensive threat. That time he used it to his advantage.
At the line for the Suns, Devin Booker.
Three shots. 3 shots.
That free throw good from Booker.
You know, you think about it, in 2015, a dozen teams passed on Devin Booker. Got to be tough for those front offices to watch him play this way.
And he's good on the second. And he nails the third. And so it's the Chicago Bulls now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Well, Carl, they're scoring pretty easily. What has to change in the second half?
Our whole defensive system right now, because it's just not working. It's not the coaches, it's just the players. We're letting them get too much fast break. They're doing a great job, and they're hitting some shots, so we got to be able to make them miss.
Best of luck locking it in, guys.
Thanks very much, Allie. And, folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Chicago came out looking very confident. Their biggest lead of the opening period during a very exciting run was all the way up to 13 points. By the end of the first quarter, they ended up with a 9-point margin. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. What'd you think, Shaq, about Chicago?
Well, what I like, the ball never stopped moving, nor did the players. Everyone working in unison, playing for one another. Love to watch this brand of a whole nother half. So excited, I'm so excited, I'm so excited.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Phoenix?
Well, it's never fun. You're playing against the team that's on fire. This team was on fire. They showed effort on defense, but it didn't matter. They couldn't get the stops. I don't think the opponent could sustain this kind of shooting.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. They've got Joel Embiid, and it's right in at the one. That's the group for Billy Donovan, getting going here in the second half.
Got to appreciate the aggressive defense he brings.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
To the middle. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Karl Anthony Towns.
First team foul. At the line for the Bulls, Wright.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. It's both from the stripe. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. They trail by 14. To the inside. It's tipped. Here's Lee. George defending. Pulls it from the top of the key. Towns with a rebound. Phoenix has gone 7 of 13 from downtown so far in this game. Here's Ryan. That's in. Coming off an assist from Towns. Ryan's got 8.
Yeah, just a solid passer. Towns relishes his role as leader of this team, wanting to set up his teammates.
Here's Embiid. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
Towns, right side. Right wing. Lets it fly. Skinny, no good.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Here's Skinny. 20 points for him. Here's George. Embiid with a nice defensive effort.
The third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
The floater, and he gets it to go. He's 8 of 11 now.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
Here's George, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And I'm sure this isn't how they drew it up at the half. Only 1 for 5 here in the third quarter.
Right outside. To the middle. Here's Embiid. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Phoenix calls timeout.
They're just giving away a run right now. The question is, can they stop the tide?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a 4th? I'm not sure.
last season's best free throw shooting team. Number 5, the Bulls.
Well, it was a big focal point for them last season, making good on their trips from the free throw line.
Here's Skinny. Give him 20. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Booker, good.
That's Booker's specialty. So good at rising up and connecting off the catch.
The Bulls have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. Pass to Lee from deep three-point range. Phoenix grabs the miss. Big smooth passes to Skinny. Here's Ryan. Give him 8 points now. To the wing, right side. Booker with it. Just 5 to shoot. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Lee. And Chicago again with a bucket. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. George feels it out a bit. Pass to Ryan.
I don't know if you push the panic button now, but that's the 4th personal. And he needs to stay aggressive out there. So it's going to be interesting to see how he plays moving forward.
Smith against Booker. Up and over Smith.
Yeah, he's really scrambling to keep them in this game. Gotta respect that hustle. And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out. Just going right for the slam.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Here's the kid. Following the score by Phoenix. 5 on the clock. Here's Wright. Drives to the hoop. That one's true. And that's 9 for 12 for him now.
He is torching a defense that simply has no answers for him.
The Suns have gone cold here in this third quarter. Just 3 of 9. Here's Skinny. They get the rebound.
A stronger defensive presence would have saved them 2 points.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
And the Bulls call time here.
Fans, if you want a t-shirt, we have to be able to hear you, so make some noise!
Making a switch here. Desumu's checked in. Here's Lee. 28 points for him. Second chance shot. And he comes up with a bucket. Lee's got 30.
And from the mid-range area, they've been the more effective team.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
For NBA players, off-the-court physical training has become paramount. And Celtics big man Al Horford told me the day-to-day grind has changed. Before it was just basketball. Now these other routines are being incorporated, and it's really changing the game. And Brian, it's not just the veterans. Even the young players are seeing the benefits as well.
Yeah, they really are, and you got to do it. Thanks, Allie. Now here's Wright. 23 points in the game. Here's Smith. Up and in on the layup. Smith's got 4 points now in the quarter.
like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Here's Skinny. Give him 20. Here's Ryan. And there's the rejection. And it's out of bounds. Still Phoenix's ball. And it's the Suns with the ball. Ooh, stolen by Smith. And he lobs it up.
Great teamwork and great timing.
Oh, spectacular play. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Beal outside. For 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. The Kids got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Lee, the pass to Wright. Here's to Sumu. And Chicago again with a bucket.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
This team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone. Punching it inside, attacking the heart of that defense. I love it.
Now here's Beal. He's got 6. Allen on the wing, covered by Smith. To the paint. Here's DeSumo. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
Well, they did a tremendous job keeping guys fresh. Their aggressiveness took over, showcased by their points off the fast break.
And there's been another bonus to what's happened with them tonight, and that's the offensive rebounding. They're boxing out. They're getting up extra shots. That could be a difference maker in the result.
Here's Skinny. It's tipped. Here's DeSumo, pounded by Beal, and the basket by DeSumo.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Here's Skinny. 20 points for him. Pass to Bottoms to stop the drought. Here's Ryan. Sinks it again. That's his 7th made field goal in 11 tries.
Just owning the offensive glass right now. Just refusing to let up.
Well, we saw this same kind of attack in the last game. Ferocious effort in back-to-back outings.
Lee misses.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Here's Ryan. He's got 14. Good. 8 buckets in 12 attempts.
Sometimes with that much of a height advantage, resistance is futile.
Right outside. To the right side. Here's the Kid. It's rebounded by Ryan. Ryan's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Allen on the wing. Here's Bottoms. He's scoreless. Second chance effort, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Pass to Wright. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
Such confidence as a passer. He hits guys in stride. It makes it look easy.
Here's Skinny, pounded by Wright. Allen outside. 6 on the shot clock. Ooh, stolen by Smith. And up the court come the Bulls on the break.
They're really in control on both ends of the floor right now, forcing turnovers and finding easy points while the other guys struggle to keep up.
And that replay courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Pass to Bottoms. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant one. Unnecessary contact.
You know, it's just hard to watch a player put the well-being of an opponent at risk. He rightfully earned that flagrant.
Yeah, the officials are all over that one, sending a clear message that that kind of roughness is unacceptable. And that one misses. Second free throw, no good. Done. He's checked in for Allen. Here's Skinny, hounded by Wright. Here's Skinny, pass to Ryan. Cans it with nobody near him. Ryan's got 12 points here in the second half.
Feels like the other four guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
And down it goes. Jam that one home.
You gotta love his unselfishness, and you know his coach does as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Pass to Skinny. The three. Good. He's been great in this one. 9 for 15 after that shot.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
Here's the kid. He's got 6. Right outside. 5 to shoot. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
At the line for the Bulls, right. One shot.
One shot.
And really strong at the line since the break.
There's 1:40 left in the third. Beal against Smith. Kicks it out Towns. Three-pointer. That one's in there on the nice assist from Beal. Towns has got 12 points in the game.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Right outside. And that one's good. Wright's got 30 points.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
For 3, Booker. The offensive rebound. Another shot. And Towns with the lay-in. He's got 14.
Their spacing isn't quite as good as it was in the first half. They may need to hit more threes to stretch that defense.
Back to Lee. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Lee's got 36 points.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Lee on the wing. Ooh, nice D from George. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for Phoenix. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Booker. Count that one. Booker's got 5 points now this quarter.
He enjoys hitting shots in the face of the D, especially when he's near the hoop. Devin Booker with a nice 2 there.
And another dime for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He has been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Now here's Beal. 1 second left. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Chicago, building a mountain of a lead, up 31 points as this quarter concludes. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. We'll be back in a moment. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for the Suns, getting the fourth quarter going. We've got George, Devin Booker out there with Bradley Beal. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns, and it's Dunn in at power forward. Now here's Beal. Off target on the 15-footer.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Takes it inside. Blocked. Inside. Here's George, and the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Grant, you look at the league's basketball-related income. The players and owners split it about 50-50.
You know, BA, that's why they call it a partnership. You talk about a shared interest. The NBA has really become a leader by example in all of professional sports.
2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And Paul George entering the league in 2010. I mean, he's been as good as any two-way wing in the league, cementing himself as an all-NBA level player.
George hits them both. Chicago has gotten 21 points so far from three-point land. They're 7 of 10. Ball passes to Lee. Launches a three. Sends it home from three-point land. Lee's got 39.
Well, if he's hitting shots from there, he becomes so much more dangerous.
And he makes it.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
Ball passes to the kid. Here's Lee. George defending. Shot from the top of the key. They get it again. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year. Over to the wing. Here's Towns. Chicago grabs the miss. The kids.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Here's Lee. Here's the kid. And the layup falls. The kid's got 4 points this quarter.
He got in excellent position, then takes it right back up.
Booker against Ball. Booker, the pass to Towns. And it's Towns with the power finish.
Well, difficult cover here on the pick and roll as Devin Booker's getting more and more experience playing out and making plays.
Ball outside. Down low. Here's Lee. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
Now here's George. The D's right on him. Pass to Towns. Beal outside. Shot clock at 6. That three's off the mark.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Money. Oh, what a finish in traffic! My goodness!
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Booker for 3. And it's Lee with the rebound. Lee's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. We've had some major international prospects of late. How difficult is it scouting players from outside the U.S., Brent?
Yeah, it's incredibly difficult just because the international game has such differences in the way not only the game is played, but the way the game is called and the production that happens in those games, BA, trying to translate that over to the NBA style, that's difficult. But rest assured, there are talented scouts, talented evaluators out there that have found the guys who have come to the United States, played in the NBA, and played at the highest level to earn the MVP award. Now that's saying something.
The first free throw is good, and the Suns will go for a different look here. He's perfect from the line this time. The Suns have gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the fourth. Nance outside. Outside Booker. Back to Nance. Oh, got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's Bottoms, and it's blocked.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. The Sunmu's got 9 points now in the second half. Phoenix has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Bottoms. Will it go? The kid with a rebound.
Well, this has been a night where you can look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
Here's Ball. And Chicago again with a bucket.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Now here's Beal. Here's Ryan. Pass to Dunn. Uh-oh, he's going to get hit with his second flagrant foul of the day, and that's the limit. He's out of this game, on his way to the locker room.
Already with one flagrant. You'd like to see him exercise more control than that.
Just reckless play, Graham. You know the officials are watching you closely in that situation. It's going to be a long, lonely walk back to the showers. The Bulls making a switch here. Herter's checked in. And he drops the first. Well, from broadcasting to team ownership, heading USA basketball, Grant, what drives you to do so much these days?
Well, BA, I'm an active guy, and I had a great playing career. But the things I wasn't able to do because of the injury, I think, left me even more motivated to excel and try new things in this next chapter of my life.
Bottoms passes to Beal. Pass to Skinny. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
Lonzo is a point guard, but at 6'6", using that wingspan. Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
To the middle. Here's Ryan. That one's in there on the nice assist from Beal. Beal's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, that's one way to get back into this game. Keep getting him the ball and let him make the shots.
Here's Lee. Pass to Herter. Fires the 3. The Suns clear it. Ryan's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Beal left side. And then Beal with the dunk.
Bradley Beal still got a little bit of the ups.
Outside Herter. Back to Lee. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. Here's Beal. Sweet little floater.
Oh, Beal measured that floater just right.
The Bulls have gotten 8 of 13 shots to find the basket in the fourth quarter. And he lobs it up to the rim. Hammers the lob through.
Gliding the pass to where it needed to be.
Wow, a strong finish to seal the deal. And stolen by Herter. Pass to Money. There's the block. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball. Embiid, he's checked in for Lee.
Joel Embiid.
Here's Ball. And Grant, the play-in was added after you retired. You wish it was around when you played?
You know, B.A., no. But I do think we could have used it a couple of times in my years in Orlando. But, you know, in all fairness, the play-in is a success as it creates a Game 7 atmosphere. And the NBA really knocked it out the park with this one.
Here's Ryan. Lays it up and banks it in. Ryan's got 4 points in the quarter.
Once he breaks out the crossover, you just know something special is about to happen.
Ball into the lane. Pass to Dosunmu. Here's Money. And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. Here's Ryan. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? Here's Ball. Tipped. Here's Ryan. Hounded by Ball. Herter against Beal. Over Herter. Here's Ryan. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Great work to clear some space around the rim and set himself up for that putback.
Yes, sir. That was a huge follow. Ball outside. Pass to Money. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair. Here's Skinny. Hounded by Ball. Now here's Dunn. Here's Skinny. There's the three. They get it back. Here's Ryan. Somehow scores the layup in traffic. Ryan's got 28 points for the game. Ball against Beal. Ball passes to Herter. Back to Ball. It's Herter on the wing. 3 on the clock. And again, another missed shot. Phoenix has gone 0 for 3 here in the fourth. Here's Skinny. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. That one on Herter. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Phoenix Suns. On Friday, they'll be matching up with LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. Then on Sunday, they'll host the Oklahoma City Thunder.
One way you could look at this difficult stretch against some of the best in the league, it's a tremendous chance to prove to the league just how good your team is. It could provide a huge statement.
And the first one at the line is good. And with the new CBA, Brent, the league making things a little more challenging for the top spending teams.
Yeah, BA, is there a chance that big market teams become a little bit more frugal? Because above that $17.5 million apron, you lose the taxpayer mid-level. You can't shop the buyout market like you used to bolster a team that just needs maybe one veteran piece to finish off a season and put themselves in better position. There's definitely some trade restrictions that are going to keep teams from having some fluidity. So it's buyer beware, and the big spenders are going to have to be a little bit more careful.
Now here's Embiid. Money. Pass to Ball. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Ball's got 4 points this quarter.
And aggressiveness from Lonzo showing that he's getting better and better at these quick offensive decisions.
Here's Skinny. And it's blocked by Embiid. Herder against Allen. Herder can't hit. And here are the Suns. They're on an 18-6 run. Big Smooth passes to Skinny. Here's Ryan. Uses the glass on the layup. Ryan's got 30 points.
Rising to the challenge. He's given them everything he's got.
Here's Lee. From 12 feet. Rebounded by Dunn. Phoenix is shooting the ball at 48% so far. Here's Ryan. Chicago grabs the miss. Ball with it. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
2 strong points from Embiid. His MO is to own the painted area.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Herder against Allen. 1:51 left to play in the fourth quarter. Pass to Bottoms. Back to Allen. With his first shot attempt. Count that bucket. Allen's got his first 2 points.
He's been accurate tonight. I think the best way for them to succeed is to get him more shots. Sounds simple, but it comes down to execution.
Here's Lee. Overdone. It's hauled in by Bottoms. Bottoms has got rebound number 7 tonight.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Bulls.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And with this performance, they'll have claimed their 8th win of the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Lights Out.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
And Chicago has possession, following the score by Phoenix. Herder. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. The Suns making a switch here.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Bulls, Kevin Herder. One shot.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good. Herder.
Herder doesn't get a lot of these freebies, but this guy can do so many other things on the floor for your team.
Here's Skinny. 3-pointer, no good.
Well, after an impressive first half, he's just not been able to get the room or get anything going here in the second.
Ball passes to Embiid. Shoots over George. Embiid misses. Here's Skinny. Outside Booker. Good. So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They did. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.